Justin, you require 130.
Just doesn't want to miss big numbers. If you're not going to hit a treble, make sure you leave yourself at least one dart at a double if you return, or possibly two. Coming down for the treble 17, which he hits. Well, it leaves him 3 clear darts at double top when he comes back.
Yeah, and Steve backed himself into a corner off 255. When he hit the 20,
58.
he switched away, and when you don't hit the next big treble, you're in trouble. That set wrapped up, and that was a good set from Justin Pipe. Really was. Didn't muck around at all.
Game on.
And Steve Beaton will not be feeling too great at this precise moment. Even though he won the first set, he did not play well, and he didn't get any better really in that second set until a few throws from the end of it, whereas Justin playing markedly better.
Well, Justin be feeling, if I can get this leg, then I should go on and win the match, because you're right, Steve has looked very edgy, but Justin in that last set has played a lot better. Beaton has got to step it up. Got to start finding some 140s from somewhere. To be quite honest, Steve's only hit 3, Justin Pipe's hit 2, 180 apiece.
100.
Look at those. From a man that has been struggling for the best part of, what, 20 minutes. Like we've said, Steve is so capable, but it just doesn't happen that often anymore. And I'm assuming he's finding it difficult playing Justin as well, because Steve does like to rattle him in, but he's not allowed. Justin's just playing his game. Poor last start that really was.
Yeah, he's lucky that Justin's not any closer to him, to be quite honest. You don't see 170s very often, but you've always got to leave it when you can, just in case. There will be a day when that will win you the leg and perhaps possibly go on and win you the match.
Ted Henke won a world title with it. Colin Lloyd won the world match play with it.
96.
Oh, the fantastic days that we've seen at the darts. I kind of felt, Rod, that this was a must-win leg for Steve after playing so poorly in that second set. He really needed to stop the rot, didn't he?
I totally agree with you. And he needs to find this. He's got to go for the 18 now. And that was only just in the 18. Now the bullseye. You can see it's not a bad marker. And although that's gone down the barrel, you can see that the point would have possibly gone outside the 25. So if you was James Wade, you'd think that he's going to hit this 8 out of 10. Justin Pipe needs to find it. 32. Gets in with this one. Can he get out?
That is a hammer blow. That really is. Steve Beaton was in total control. He missed the finish. Justin Pipe didn't. First ton plus finish in this match. 105, and it's potentially, it could be the break that he needed if he's going to go on and win this match. What a visit that was.
Yeah, and you could see the close-up of Steve Beaton's eyes there. There was a little bit of defeat in them, wasn't there? A little bit of frustration that what is going on, I can't find my rhythm. I can hit a 180 and then just not do anything to follow it up.
Struggling to get way again. And Pipe is already off. He's only 32, but he can now just hit as many as he can in the scoring phase. As yet, Steve Beaton, he's not allowed to score anything. Got to hit that double first.
Yes, if Steve goes on to lose this now, Wayne, he will see this as a massive chance missed, because in the first 2 sets, Justin, well, the second set he was a little bit better, but after winning the first set like he did, you know, that's when you've got to step up and fire in a couple of real good legs and finish your opponent off. But that's where his game is at the moment. He is on the slide in the rankings, and it's harder and harder to find them brilliant legs. we've both been there. We know exactly what he's going through.
Exactly, yeah. You do find yourself feeling more and more anxious the more and more you play. He lost in the first round last year to Phil Taylor, and he's looking in all sorts of trouble again this year. He's Steve Beaton. And Pipe is impressed the last set and a bit. Kept his composure. Because after losing that first set, we alluded to it, Rod, when you play that bad and lose a set, it's horrible, isn't it? You spent the last 2 weeks preparing. Double, 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 and then you can't hit one.
Well, 32 again for Justin Pipe. Second leg on the trot with a ton plus finish. And you're right, I mean, he's upped his average by nearly 25 points from the end of that first set.
105 finish to win the first leg of this set. 106 finish to win the second leg of this set. As we see the bronze Dodonish Steve Beaton start with a 1-4-6. Starting has been better.
52. $134.
A better leg this from Steve Beaton. He's got to win the next 3 legs on the trot to stay in the World Grand Prix. And you feel that may be a task too much with the way he's been throwing. Just, he's not been the Steve Beaton. Think of the old player that was, like you said at the start of this game, was always a tough player to beat. But after the first set, he's made it quite easy for Justin Pipe to get back in the game and get control.
Well, we have seen some games change hands where you think that Peter Wright was going to beat Chisnall, and then that went south for Peter Wright. Michael Smith never looked like beating Gerwin Price, but he turned it round. William O'Connor blew it against Jamie Lewis. It can happen and does happen. But Steve is giving himself chances, he's applying pressure, and at this moment that's all he can do.
Yeah, if I'd have been Steve, I wouldn't have gone for the 54 there. I'd have just concentrated, you know, perfect dart in the treble 20. I'd have just concentrated on scoring, leaving myself a double, because Justin hits a maximum. He's going to get 6 darts from here. Bullseye's the first route for the dart, now the 17. And can Steve Beaton take a check out?
42.
A big one here. We'll have Steve thinking about it. When you're trying to save a match, it's not easy hitting a double.
100.
Tops now. Steve Beaton.
Keep showing the third leg.
He's still in the match. He's still fighting.
Game on.
Now Justin Pipe steps up, throws for the match. Needs to see the one of the first 2 darts. The last thing he needs is a visit without a double. It's a pretty good guide for the second one to find the double, as it does. Good start.
Excellent start. Ah, that's magnificent.
80.
As you've got that first dart in your hand, you're thinking, come on, go in, go in. And what Steve done, he made it go in. He didn't throw it weakly. He made it happen.
Well, what both of the players are thinking, just give us a real good leg. I throw so many of them in events all over the world. Just give me a 12 dart leg here. Certainly has put a bit of pressure on Justin Pipe now.
That's experience, Rod, isn't it? It really is. He just knew what he had to do, Steve, and it's a case of settling yourself. And the pressure he has applied, he's got Justin dropping his darts.
1
Good last start though, wasn't it?
That was all right.
Lost his composure.
That was brilliant.
1 minute.
What a leg from Steve. He's best of the match. He had a walk around the golf course with us today, Steve, and he said, I'm just going to have a walk for a couple of hours, have a sleep, get ready for this evening. He knows what he knows himself so well and what it takes, but after today's performance, whether he gets through or not, he might want to change that routine. Hasn't been good at all.
Well, who can get home in 6 darts from these scores?
50.
Beaton would have had the first chance, and that has not helped at all.
You can ask, Justin. Russ Bray will tell you the correct answer of 151 left. If you ask, it's up to you, man. I'm just giving you a bit of advice, that's all. Take it, I'd advise you to. Dear, oh dear, what's going on?
95.
Is this amateur hour? What's that?
Steve, you require 100.
We could see it was in the 5s.
Justin couldn't, that was the problem.
Oh, will Steve Beaton? Oh, what a dart that was, Stevie boy. And that just shows how edgy he has been through the whole match. To, you know, hit 2 5s like that, that's incredible from him. Now Justin Pipe looking at the 13s, treble 13 leaves the double 16, and this will be to wrap this game up. 18 now for double top. Oh no, he's asking again. I think he better go and have his eyes checked.
Wrapped up. Justin Pipe from a set down, and he was looking in all sorts of trouble. He beat Steve Beaton by 2 sets to 1, and it was looking unlikely. Steve has had one poured out the office. He's out, I'm afraid, and Justin Pipe will play Thornton or Darryl Gurney. But coming up next, we have Mervyn King and TJ Terry Jenkins.